think. So here's MMF token. Checking in after yesterday's debacle, our big jump in price action, and it seems we're doing a pretty hard recovery today now after the fact. As I said yesterday, we could expect some further downside range off the back of this slippage, because obviously it's going to scare quite a few people. I wouldn't expect too much of it unless the platform is to go very quiet in the meantime or something, but there's so much news happening, everything's so crazy over there in the mad meerkat ecosystem. It is truly mad. I would expect, if we're to range at all, just at a guess, completely not financial advice, obviously, that we may test it back down at this stage, down to the kind of 85 cents range or something. I'd say quite open to that at the moment, seeing more selling volume after people are seeing a lack of recovery here. Of course, our potential upside being 25%, that's what people can be expected to be down on now that they're looking at the charts, that people are checking in after all of this craziness happened. Because remember, it's still quite a large ecosystem. You get people look at the wallets after a couple of days and say, oops, don't think I want to be here for the moment, and they might be jumping out still. So that's why I would be guessing we'd see some continued downside possibly on MMF. In terms of general news, I think that their launchpad, the Cronos FC, is still coming up, so that's going to have some pretty major effect on price action to both the up and the downside. People say, oh, it's only going to go up because people are buying into the launchpads and stuff, but you have to remember there's people who might not be, or are doing both, being in the launchpad and selling the rumor and news events there before the launchpad, selling off into the launchpad buy-in. So just one to be careful of, obviously, while all that's going on. I suppose if you're just sitting in the background and farming or anything like that, all of this is good for you because you're benefiting from a huge amount of volume. I mean, overall, now that that's corrected, that the other day we saw in these two candles, but what was it? I think it was the night of the 16th and the day of the 17th. Let's get it daily so we have a better reading of what they were. That was 44 million there on that daily candle and 15, so 60 million all overall, just in those 2 days and all of those sale events. So very exciting stuff altogether for MMF. Again, just to recap, continued downside, possibly test to that 85 cents range, and lower if we were to see some continued sort of panic selling. But again, their launchpad event should be pushing some price action, so hopefully that will push the narrative back up. But overall, continued downside, I would imagine, in the next couple of days. That would be my guess. So that's for MMF.